Hello. This is a video unboxing and setup and demonstration of a chop saw that the good people at JCB have sent to me, it is the JCB JCB-MS-254SB-E. Catchy name, but it's a 254 millimeter blade sliding mitre saw. It's a one-sided bevel, so it'll tilt over to one side and also do to 45 degrees, and also do a swing across 45 degrees each way, of course. The max cut on it, the depth is 90 millimeters, and I'm not sure about the length of the cut, but we'll find that out in a short while. And I'm just going to do a quick unboxing and then put it together. It arrived very quickly and intact, I'm hoping. Instructions. Some kind of clamp, some kind of clamp. These are extension bars, a lockdown clamp, JCB dust bag for the back, and a spare set of brushes. Big lump of polystyrene. Put that away carefully. And the machine itself, which is packed very nicely. It's a very nice sort of orange yellow, just like the big diggers. And we'll get it out of the box, put it up on the side and have a proper look. It's quite heavy. Nothing else in there. Put that away carefully. There's a chop saw. It's got a packaging strap around it, stop it moving around. Take that off. Power cable, which is a decent length. Yeah, it looks like it's about 2 meters, which is good enough. There's a little knob just there that if you push the head down and pull that out, it releases the head up and down. We've got, editing camera shot, we've got a knob here at the back, and if I release that, it allows the head to slide backwards and forwards. Do it up and it locks it up again for transport. The handle has a little lever at the side there that you have to push to one side before you can put the power on. So in operation, you pull the lever over, pull the head down, put the power on and cut. The bed extensions do have a little, like a grub screw in there that allows the what is effectively a fence extension to go onto there and slide in. Also, what you need to do, get one of the little screws, a screwdriver, whoops, and if you turn the machine slightly on its side, and you can see underneath there is the hole that we took the screw out, and if you put that screw back in there, it will prevent the bed extensions from coming out. We have a locking button on the front, stops it moving. Unlock it, lift that, pull that lever up, and now it will turn to the right 45, and to the left it goes up to 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50 degrees, which is quite handy. Also, if you lift it up, move it slightly and let go of it, it's got locking positions at 15 degrees, 22.5, 31.6, 31.6 and 45 degrees. So it locks it into those positions on that side and the same on the other, so that you can find certain positions quickly, especially the 45 degrees, which is really useful. And when you've and if you want to put it anywhere in between, you can find the angle that you want, lock it up, and it's not going to move. Put it back to naught. Around the back is the locking lever for the head swinging over to 45. And we've got a gauge here that tells you the angle. So that's at 45 and back to naught. If you put it down to 45, you can lock it up and it's nice and solid. If you want it anywhere in between, put it to say 15, lock it up, and it's nice and solid. You can micro adjust it as well with a little marker there that moves slightly. We've also got this clamping lock that fits into the hole at the back there, and it's handy if you've got a small piece that you don't want to get your fingers close to the blade, and you can lift that up with this, get your piece into the place you want to cut it, lower that down, lock that up, and then tighten it down with this knob, and it holds it nice and secure, so that when you do come to cut it, use that at the back, when you do come to cut it, it's not going anywhere and your hands are well away. This is one thing I haven't seen before, are these sliding fence extenders. So they line up with the fence, and if you put them out here and just tighten that little wing nut up, it extends the fence. Quite often it can rock a bit, whereas that out there, it just gives it a little bit more stability when you're cutting. And yeah, I haven't seen that before, and it's a nice little touch. The whole machine looks nice and sturdy. The body of the machine is all metal, all aluminium, and looks really nice and strong, substantial. We've got assuming that's another place where you could put this in to lock it down somewhere. Same at the other side. We've got some holes at the front on each corner and at the back that you can fix the mitre saw down to the deck with, and yeah, it's a nice ground surface. Yeah, looks a good solid bit of kit. It's quite a nice action, nice and smooth. It moves 220 mil, which is just over 8 inches. It slides forward, so you're going to be able to do a fair sized cut even at that kind of thickness. At 2 inches you're going to be able to cut through. Let's have a look. Probably about 330. Certainly over 300 mil all the way through on a 2-inch piece. Obviously the thicker it is, the less you can cut, but that's a good sized cut. And similarly with an angle, it's slightly less, but still a good size. Yeah, I think we'll plug it in and see what it cuts like. Okay, down here you can see there's a little lever, and under normal use, hopefully let me just pull that round a little bit, you can see the saw goes right down to the bottom. If you pull that little lever out and wind down this, there's a locking lug on there as well, get rid of that, and wind that down, it will create a depth stop. So the bolt goes down, hits that, and it stops it going down from any further, just there. So if you want to do some channeling or something like that, or you want to cut a half lap joint, anything like that, lock it up with that, you can use that. And then if you don't want it to use that, you just push that out of the way, and then that bolt goes down. And then if you wanted to use it again, you can pull it out and you've got that same measurement, which is quite nice. We also have on the top of here, you see up on the top there's a little button that has that puts the laser on. Just down there there's a laser, and it shines a laser line down. Let's see how accurate it is. Just release that. So there's the laser line. We'll bring the blade down, and looks as though it's set slightly onto this side, onto the left hand side of the laser. So your cut is on the left hand side of the laser. If the laser line's on this side of the cut rather than that side, but perhaps it can be adjusted. Let's have a quick look. So we bring it down, but hopefully you can see there, if I bring it around this side, the blade's coming down and just touching the laser line, which is just nice. a cut. So you push the little knob across and pull the trigger. It does have a little kick. So what I tend, sorry, I've got my earphones on. What I tend to do when they've got a bit of a kick is position it where you want it, and then come back off slightly, start it up, get a little flick on, and then as it's spinning, start again. So. Then bring it down to the line, and rather than putting it down there and it kicking while it's down there, it's better for it to be kicking up there where it's not going to catch anything. But it's not a bad kick, and I've used a lot of different saws, and that's about par for the course. A soft start would be very nice, but you tend to only get it on the real high-end stuff. But that's not a nice action. The only other thing I've forgotten to do is to put the little dust bag on the back. They're not always very effective, these, and it's better to get some sort of shop vac set up to it. But we'll see how much it catches. As you can see, there's a fair bit of dust flying out the back, but with a shop vac attached to the back of it, I'm sure we could improve greatly on that. And as I've probably guessed right, it's collected some dust. Yeah, not a bad amount, but yeah, I don't think we're relying on that too much. I'd rather suck it all up rather than just have that, but yeah, that's pretty good. Switch the laser off, and we could let's cut an angle. So we'll cut an angle on it, undo the knob at the front, bring it round to 45, allow it to locate, tighten it up again. And if we want to, we could put the clamp on, tighten that up so it holds it in position, and then perhaps bring it a little bit further forward, tighten it up. Cut a 45. And that'd be a nice clean joint, that. What it'll also do is a compound mitre, so if you want to tilt it over at an angle. This is used a lot with roofing. It does stop fairly quickly, and that you could you know, in roofing sometimes that kind of cut is useful when you're putting rafters up against your hip, something like that. But again, that's nice. That's a nice clean cut, nice and straight. Yeah, that's pretty good. Well, I've been using the JCB sliding mitre saw on a big project, and I've cut up a lot of wood. As you can see here, it's a bit of a mess, but just as an example of what you can cut, this is a 317mm 12.5-inch piece of Idigbo timber. It's 60mm thick, and I've been cutting through this with ease. The laser line has proved to be very accurate and useful. So I've set the laser to just the left side of where I want to cut. So the saw cuts on the right hand side as I'm looking at it of the laser, and it's proved to be very accurate, and it's cutting very square as well, which is always good. So the fence is good, and I'll just show you how it cuts through this piece of 12.5-inch timber. A lovely cut with the blade that comes with the machine, and yeah, this machine's been really useful while I've been working on this project, and yeah, the only thing I could fault would be the dust collection's not great, but other than that, just about every aspect of the machine, the build quality, it's really solid. There's no wobble on the head, so every cut's really accurate. Okay, well, there we have it. The JCB, and the model number is JCB MS 254 SB-E. And the 254 is the size of the blade, and we'll just switch the power off. And as you can see there, if I can get myself positioned properly, it will cut 90mm, which is 3 3/4 inches, and which is a good depth. And anything that's bigger than that, you could always flip it over, and not sure whether it'll cut through the 4x2 on edge. Let's give it a try. Yes, and that is that's 95, that, and it'll cut through that. But obviously, the wider the piece is, the less it'll go through. But that's good for most jobs. On my when I'm on site, I have I think it's a 225 or 216, whichever blade, and that does everything for me while I'm working on site. Whereas this has got a bit more capability, and it's got a good sliding depth. and it's a good solid saw. I've used, crikey, I've used probably about 10 different chop saws, sliding saws in my time. The best ones, I do like it where you can, we call it a double mitre, a double bevel mitre saw, and it tilts both ways. But the one I use and have used for the last 6 or 7 years is only one-sided, exactly the same as this, and I get round. I don't have any problems with it. I can get round the fact that it doesn't tilt the other way without any issues. So yeah, and for the kind of price band, I think it's around about £160. I'll check that and put it on there. For that kind of money, it's a really good bit of kit. I can't really fault it at all. The only thing possibly would be that little bit of kick, which you get with just about every saw that I've used, apart from one big Makita that I used, and that didn't. But you're talking about £600, £700, £800 for those. This is a fraction of the price, and it'll do all the same things except for the tilting the other way, which we can get around anyway. So this is going to stay in my workshop, and I'm going to be using it for a project very soon. I'm going to be building a mitre bench, so it's a bench just for the mitre saw, and that'll be coming up on a video soon. But yeah, a great bit of kit. Thank you to JCB for sending it to me. It's an honest review. If there was anything I didn't like about it, I would say, but there's nothing I dislike. Everything's nice and solid, probably more so than I expected. Some of the cheaper end ones can have a lot of plastic on them, and this one hasn't. It's all the pieces that you expect to be metal or would like to be metal are, and the stuff that you expect to be plastic, you can understand it being plastic. But yeah, it's a really good bit of kit. Okay, that just about covers it. If you enjoyed the video, hopefully you did, give it a thumbs up, share it, and if you aren't subscribed to my channel, if you could subscribe, that'd be great. Just click on the subscribe button, and when the little bell comes up, that will, if you click on that, it will notify you of when the next video, or my next video, is out, and you'll be able to watch that as well. Okay, so thanks for watching. This is Andy's Cornish Creations, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you. Bye bye.